Some moments in history are so strange and terrifying that they're hard to believe. In today's video, you're going to discover a few of those shocking true events that still leave people stunned. Number 1. John Lee was born in 1864 in Devon, England. In his youth, he joined the Royal Navy. After some time in service, he was accused of theft and dismissed. After that, John began working as a servant in the home of a wealthy woman named Emma Keyes. In 1884, Emma Keyes was brutally murdered. Her house was set on fire, and her body was found burned. During the investigation, suspicion fell directly on John Lee because he worked in the house, was present nearby at the time, and had a prior criminal record. Despite the lack of solid evidence, the court found him guilty and sentenced him to death by hanging. John repeatedly said, "I did not commit this murder. If God exists, he will save me." In February 1885, John was taken to be executed. The executioner was James Barry. First attempt, the lever was pulled, but the trap door did not open. Second attempt, the mechanism was reset, but again it failed. Third attempt, once more the trapdoor refused to open. 3 times John stood before death, and 3 times the execution failed. An inspection later showed that a piece of iron had jammed the trapdoor mechanism. The repeated failures turned the execution into a shocking coincidence. The court ruled that John had already endured the terror of death 3 times. His death sentence was canceled and changed to life imprisonment. In 1907, after about 22 years in prison, John Lee was released. Historical records suggest that he later died in the United States around 1945 at the age of nearly 80. Even today, historians remain divided. But one truth remains: John Lee is remembered forever as the man they couldn't hang. Number 2. They say you should never judge a person by appearance. And Dorothea Puente was the most chilling example of that. She looked kind and gentle, but beneath her home lay a horrifying secret. Dorothea Puente was born on January 9, 1929, in Redlands, California. Her childhood was harsh. Both of her parents died early, and she was passed between relatives. In the late 1940s, she married for the first time, but the marriage ended in divorce. She married several more times, and none of the relationships lasted. By the 1950s, she was involved in fraud and forgery. She was jailed for passing forged checks, but her criminal behavior never truly stopped. Around 1970, Dorothea opened a boarding house at 1426 F Street in Sacramento, California. She mostly took in elderly people, single men, homeless and disabled individuals. To the outside world, she appeared to be a kind, religious woman helping the needy. She slowly took control of her tenants: pension checks, social security benefits, bank accounts. Anyone who questioned her began to disappear. By the early 1980s, at least 3 tenants vanished. Because they were poor and alone, no one immediately reported them missing. In 1988, a tenant named Alvaro Bert Montoya disappeared. This time, his family reported it to police. When police told Dorothea they would dig up her backyard, she fled. Police dug up the yard and discovered 7 buried bodies. All were elderly former tenants. Later investigation revealed she had murdered at least 9 people. Dorothea drugged her victims with powerful sedatives, then strangled or poisoned them. The bodies were buried in her backyard with help from accomplices. She was captured shortly after fleeing. In 1993, she was convicted of 9 murders and sentenced to life in prison. Dorothea Puente died in prison on March 27, 2011, at the age of 82. The exact number of her victims may never be known, but she will forever be remembered as the Death House Landlady. Number 3. This is the story of Alissa Marie Turney, who mysteriously disappeared in 2001 from Phoenix, Arizona. She was only 17 years old. Alissa had a younger sister, Sarah Turney. They were not just sisters, they were best friends. The two shared the same mother but had different fathers. Alissa's stepfather was Michael Turney, while Sarah was his biological daughter. According to Sarah, Michael was overly strict with Alissa. He controlled her life, treated her harshly, and often stayed angry with her. Sarah often saw her sister anxious and unhappy. April 17, 2001. When Sarah returned from school, Alissa was gone. Her phone, bag, and belongings were still in her room. A handwritten note was left behind saying, "I'm going to California to start a better life." Sarah immediately knew something was wrong. Alissa never would have left without telling her. She had no money, no ticket, and no plan. From day one, Sarah believed, Alissa did not run away. Michael was involved. She told police repeatedly, but no solid evidence was found. Michael denied everything. The case was labeled a runaway, and the investigation was closed. Years passed. Alissa never returned, but Sarah never gave up. She kept asking police to reopen the case, again and again. Around 2020, Sarah took her fight to TikTok. She shared Alissa's disappearance, her father's behavior, and her long-held suspicions. The story went viral. Millions began asking, what really happened to Alissa? In one video, Sarah questioned her father directly. Why won't you tell me where Alissa is? Michael replied, when I'm old and close to dying, I'll tell you the truth. That moment shocked the internet. Because of public pressure, the case was reopened in 2020. Old evidence was reviewed. Michael was questioned again. In 2021, Michael Turney was arrested and charged with Alissa's murder. Police claim Michael killed Alissa in 2001. But in 2023, due to lack of physical evidence, the court acquitted him. Even so, the public continues to see him as a prime suspect, and Alissa's mystery remains unresolved. No matter the verdict, one truth remains. Sarah Turney fought for her sister for 20 years. She used social media to revive the case, and she refused to let Alissa be forgotten. To this day, Sarah says, my sister never ran away, and I will never stop fighting for her. Sometimes truth takes decades to surface. Persistence can force the world to listen, and sometimes the real danger is inside the home itself. Number 4. This chilling case comes from Cleveland, Ohio, and is considered one of the most disturbing disappearance cases in U.S. history. The man behind it was Ariel Castro, who lived alone and appeared completely normal to everyone around him. No one imagined what was happening inside his home. On August 23, 2002, 21-year-old Michelle Knight missed her bus while returning home. Castro offered her a ride, gained her trust, and secretly kept her inside his house. She was reported missing, but police were unable to locate her. In April 2003, 16-year-old Amanda Berry was taken the same way. Then in 2004, 14-year-old Gina DeJesus also disappeared. All three girls were now trapped inside the same house. For 10 long years, they lived in complete isolation with no contact with the outside world. During this time, Amanda became a mother, and her child spent her early years inside that house. Despite massive searches, police never suspected the quiet neighborhood where they were hidden. Everything changed when Castro left the house one day. Amanda managed to escape, reached a window, and called for help. A neighbor, Charles Ramsey, broke the door and brought Amanda and her daughter to safety before calling the police. Police quickly rescued Michelle Knight, Gina DeJesus, and took Ariel Castro into custody the same day after 10 years. All three women were finally free. In 2013, Castro was sentenced to remain in prison for life. Later that same year, he was found deceased in custody. This case proves one terrifying truth. Dangerous people can look completely normal. Trust can lead to life-changing consequences, and justice can take many years to arrive. The three women survived, but the 10 years stolen from their lives can never be returned. So what did you think about these stories? Let us know in the comments, and for more videos like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in the next episode.